Great. So it looks like we were able to, the live stream has started. Please let me know if you can see this. I'm waiting for my guest. We had to actually come out of the studio and come back in. So she should be in any second. I have as a guest Denise Allen of Chronicle Makers from Substack. If you can see this, can you let me know? Post a comment, please. It says 0 people are watching this. Great. Hey, Denise.
Hello.
Looks like we lost everyone, even though I did exactly what StreamYard asked me to do. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead with this because this is being recorded.
We're having a case of the Sundays.
Yeah, we are. And I am going...
It could be as bad as the Monday mornings, but it's the Sundays. It's Sundays during the holiday season, always a little frantic. But we are here, which is the important part.
Yes, and I'm going to go to YouTube and try to add this to my thing. Oh. Hold on.
Well, it says that you're live, and you're live on 2 streams right now on YouTube.
What?
Like, I just went to your channel, and it says we're live on 2 different streams, which unfortunately are not either of the streams where the people are waiting. But I did message the folks in the waiting stream that where to find us. So
that is craziness.
We're having craziness, people. Lots of craziness.
Yeah, lots of craziness. So
come on. We are live. So why don't we just honor the people that are watching live?
All this out. I'm just going to put this up on my Facebook page. All right. My name is Maureen Taylor. I'm the photo detective. And for some reason, we are live in 3 spots or 2 spots. And my whole reason for living is working with family photographs and researching them and helping people understand the whole world of their family photos, which you would think, how controversial could that be, or how misunderstood could that be? I can tell you, it's a big topic. A lot of people have photo questions. And my guest today is Denise Allen. Denise, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Denise Allen, and I also have a YouTube channel here. You might find me. I talk a lot these days about using AI for genealogy research as well as family history writing. So I offer a lot of those tips. And I got into AI, one, because I have a computer science background. Did a lot of online learning things back when the internet was first invented. Shout out to all my people out there that remember the 90s. And when AI came, I was like, oh, this might be a way to actually get everything done that I want to do. Like, there's just so much to do with research and writing to really do it well, for all our family lines. And I was like, wow, this is a way that these tools are a way that I can get it done. And it's just improved considerably. So I'm sharing everything that I'm finding out about AI as fast as I can with folks. So both on Substack and my YouTube channel. So
right, and me as well. I mean, AI came out, it just seemed like, wow, what can we do with this? It's just this amazing tool. And you and I started talking on Substack, and then we started having these regular conversations, and then Nano Banana came out, and I was like, that's a game changer. And so we thought we would like to have a conversation, if we can have a conversation, if people are going to show up, because the links are just a mess. I don't know what StreamYard has done, but I think I will find another way of using this. Oh, yeah, we're getting some junk comments, of course. But we each feel quite strongly about the use of AI as a tool, as a genealogy tool, for my perspective in the photo world, as something that somebody can use very quickly to gain a better understanding of what's happening in a photograph. And it doesn't take an advanced degree. It just takes some basic prompts, some basic instructions, and a little bit of tutoring in trying to figure out how to use it. Right, Denise?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the glory of it is the ability to do things that required advanced degrees or advanced skills or advanced training now has been democratized. And I'm a big fan of democracy, you know, of leveling the playing field. And as long as you have good taste and a sense of direction of where you're headed, what you have a clear goal, I think AI is a great tool. It's definitely not a tool that you want to be bossed around by it. You know, there are people, unfortunately, that use it as a, well, basically, you know, they put AI in charge of their life. And we're seeing these cases come out more and more in the media. And I think we're going to see it even more in 2026. But let's get back to our discussion because we want to talk about should I, you know, you, the person watching this,
Restore.
restore your family photographs with AI. And Maureen and I thought we'd start with a very basic question, to first principles of like, what is a photograph? What is a historical photograph? What are we actually restoring here? And Maureen's the expert in this.
Right. So just before we had everything go haywire, we were talking about what was a photograph or what is a photograph. And I want to add on to that with there's a lot of fuss being made about these AI tools. I've been in the photo space for a really long time, before digital imaging, and way before digital imaging, there were ways to alter and change photographs. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, I think it was in New York, did a whole exhibit on all these ways that you could alter your images. I've been around long enough. I was a photo researcher for a long time. I think it was National Geographic early in the digital, you know, sort of Adobe Photoshop era, moved the pyramids so that they would fit on the cover of the magazine. And what a brouhaha that was. Or, you know, think about colorizing movies. I mean, do you like a colorized movie or do you not like a colorized movie? Well, you have a choice. You have a choice. And a lot of the photographs that we look at have been altered in the news. Even before the digital era, they were altered or they were constructed views of history. Timothy O'Sullivan dragged bodies on the battlefields to take a certain type of photograph to tell his story of the death on the battlefield. So what we're doing today with AI is sort of an extension of that. So I ask, you know, what's the fuss? Like, we have to learn. It's not going away. And you have, as you and I discussed, Denise, there's a choice here. Use it or not use it. I mean, I'm in favor of using it with, I don't know, I guess I called it earlier, bumper guards. Like, don't like jump in and start. I don't like the image creation stuff. But when you're editing or enhancing an image, why not try the tools and see what they do? Maybe you don't have to use them, but maybe it'll show you something you didn't already know. And Denise, what do you think?
Yeah, I think your point about when we talk about photographs, you know, and there's a point of view that photographs are the absolute truth and some sort of infallible evidence of something. And my point of view with a photograph is it's a perspective of a specific point in time. Like, it's just someone's opinion, basically, of something. So, for instance, all of us go out for family photographs, you know, portrait photographs. We did this with our children or our, you know, our parents or our, you know, extended family. And when we do that, we get dressed up, We all stand extra tall. It's a posed photograph, and that's not the way we look normally. It's not the way we normally act. It's so these photographs that we're dealing with, when we talk about restoring them, they're just these moments in our ancestors' life, and they're not the truth of their whole existence at all. So we can't treat it like, this is the way they always looked, or this is the way they always, sat, or everything about them. So it's certainly, it's something about them, but it's not everything about them, and we don't want to ruin it. I mean, when we talk about restoration, which is our next topic, we're not restoring originals. We're restoring the digital copies when we talk about restoring with AI, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, and we know with digital, you can have multiple digital copies of things. So you don't restore the only digital copy that you have, and which maybe you might have done with Adobe Photoshop back in the day or something. You're restoring a copy of this photograph. So what does it mean to restore? What do we do? What does it mean restore? Like
Right. And I have one comment on what you just said about portraits. So when I work with clients on photo identification and photo analysis, often someone will say, is this their real clothes? Is this their real life? Is this really them? Because the difference is how they've posed and how they've dressed and all of that is what we were just talking about. It's a way of, presenting themselves to the world. Is it real? Sort of. Did they borrow the clothes? Maybe. Is it secondhand clothes? Maybe. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
No, we don't have the full background on all of the photographs in our collections, or even all the photographs we view every day, which are, millions.
Right.
So what were you saying was you had a question?
Yeah. So the next question is, what does it mean to restore a photograph? So when we restore a photograph, like what happened? I can talk from the technical end, but you tell me from the photography philosophical end, let's call it. What's the end point of restoration? Like, why do people do it?
There's a lot of answers to that. So I had a client who really, this was before there were colorization, easy to use colorizations like we have today. And he really wanted some of his family photographs colorized. And so I sent him to a woman who does digital colorization, who then researched all the historical colors used in the photos and fixed the pictures for him. And he was happy with it. But what does it mean for us today to restore a photo? Do we just want that faded 19th century photo to be clearer, so that we can see stuff that's happening in it? Are we trying to add people in or take people out? That's common too. They're like, well, I don't want this person in this photograph. We got a divorce, or we had an argument. And, the 19th century way of dealing with that, and I've seen it as a tintype with somebody has taken a sharp object and scratched over the face of the person they no longer want in the picture. And it leaves us all going, I really wonder if I could find out the story behind that. And this is nothing new. This could be done with paintings as well. So the kinds of things we're doing with AI are sort of the same things, just with new tools that have been done right along.
Right.
Anyway, I'm teaching a class in a couple of weeks on, the tools that we have at our disposal as genealogists, and do we want to use them, and how do we use them, and what does this mean? I'm going to put this little slide up.
Yeah. Tell everybody about your class, because I think when you get into restoration of photos, I think we want to do it well, right? We don't want to do it that it's sloppy or inaccurate or makes things worse
right.
than they already are. So so talk a little bit about what the intent of this class. I think.
So this is December 17th, and We're going to talk about the tools that are out there that genealogists have used in the past, things like Vivipix Restore and the Memory Station software, MyHeritage.com, their tools, which a lot of people have, and then the sort of brand new model of Google's Nano Banana. And I will just tell you that Nano Banana went crazy on this little photograph of Santa in front of the tree. And if you take the class, I'll show you the original. But there's a lot of stuff that Nano Banana was just like, hey, you know, this would be so much better if I put a fire in the fireplace. Made it a modern fire in a fireplace. And, you know, it did stuff like that. So you have to know, this class will cover how to do it, what the pros and cons are, what the pluses and minuses of these tools are, and how to get the best that you can out of all of them. So let me just get that out of here.
Yeah, I think when it comes to restoration, so there is restoration where we're just trying to correct the flaws of the old photograph and enhance the clarity of it, you know, like when you talk about goals, like I know, you know, I'll share one for me personally, right? Like, so my dad has very few photos of his father that died when he was 10, right? And so we have a couple honestly blurry photographs from the 1950s. And it's like, you know, so to be able to take something like Google Nano Banana and put the clarity there, I mean, he gets to see his dad again. It's like,
right.
Why would I not want to use the tool for that? Like, come on. Like, and people, you know, so there's people that are like, no, absolutely not. Like, you can't use it for that. And I was like, like, I can use whatever I want, first of all, but it's kind of offensive, you know, for people to say that. To me, you know, I find it absolutely offensive. So, you know, there's that purpose. But if I wanted to take his father and, you know, put him in a suit and, you know, stick him in a church or something, that's not restoration. That's imagination. That's a different category of thing.
That's a hallucination.
yeah, that's an hallucination. So yeah, when we talk about restoration, we're literally trying to stick with as much integrity as possible to the original. So we're taking the original and just making it more itself, right? Without adding or subtracting anything. It's like when we do transcription of original documents and we type the words on the page. We're literally typing what's there. We're not adding extra words. We're not taking abbreviations and spelling them out, or taking words and then abbreviating them. We're typing exactly what's there. So I think that is the intent, at least as I see it, for restoration. And I am like with you 100% for restoration. You know, I think everybody should be doing it to every photograph that they have, you know, that they care about, you know, because we do get to see them again. And it's incredibly exciting to do that.
So most people, I think, most people just want, and I think that's Kathy Stone, want to just improve the look of their actual photographs, right? Like the one that I showed in the class was a really, really faded image. And I ran it through all the models, and obviously the Google model went the most extreme. But we have the tools at our disposal to not only sharpen images, and sometimes, I mean, you don't want to sharpen them to the point where they look like a doll, which can happen, right? It goes overboard. There's that fine line between what it looked like and the extreme. And then, you know, fix the tonality of it and the contrast so you can see the details. But for me, colorization without alteration, without massive alteration and hallucination, gives you a chance to actually see some details that your eye can't see in the plain sepia toned photo.
Interesting.
That might make a difference. Now, am I going to go plaster those all over the web and blah, 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 blah? Not without, and I'm going to cover in the course how the best practices for this. Like, there are people, as we know, Denise, who say, absolutely not. These photographs should not be touched. And what I was saying earlier on in this is not new. This type of thing isn't new. We just didn't know that it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have an opportunity to actually state that we've changed the original, which is great. But obviously we both agree on this. You have to keep the original. Don't change just the original, right?
Yeah, I think it's important. Like, you don't toss the original. Like, oh, I got a good one now. Let me toss the original out. Yeah, you want to always keep both, because you just never know. I mean, the way things have been progressing over the past couple of years, there could even be a better photo enhancement tool that comes out, and you want to always be working with that original item as you do your photo enhancement.
And the AI models are only going to get better.
Yeah.
They're going to get better. That's what the companies do. This is like the, what's version of Nano Banana is there right now? Is it 4? I think it's 4.
I think 3.
3?
It's so hard to keep up. Every week there's a new AI model from one of the Frontier Labs released, at least in the last few weeks, and it's been madness. But Google Gemini, Nano Banana. So you need to have the paid subscription for Gemini, which is, I believe, $20 a month or $180 a year. And you can restore as many photographs as you want with that.
I signed right up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, another $20 a month. Take my money. I have photographs that are in terrible shape. They have pieces missing.
And this is... Yeah. And this is the subscription. You don't need to be married to it. You subscribe as long as you want to restore photographs, or as long as you want to use AI. Or you ask for it for Christmas, or, you watching this are probably one of those difficult people to get gifts for. I bet.
Right. So
I bet you have everything. So your family can give you a subscription to Google Gemini, and you can be restoring family photographs for to your heart's content. They're not limiting people as to how many they can do. So you could really go to town with this.
So what happens when a photo is enhanced, restored, colorized with AI?
Oh, the technical part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So before Nano Banana, okay, so the previous, all the other models other than this one very silly named one called Nano Banana, but it sticks in your head, does it not? I mean, so, and just, the inside, that was the inside name for this project while they were working at Google, and they just kept it. When they launched it, they just kept it. They fell in love with the name. You can use the little banana emoji when you talk about it. It's adorable. But so ignore what I'm going to say. I'm not talking about that model. I'm talking about every other model. So this is ChatGPT. This is Midjourney. Anything else that out there uses something called a way to do images called Stable Diffusion. And Stable Diffusion is basically like, if you imagine, in this audience, maybe you remember the static TV, the static on the TV. Okay. So Stable Diffusion, it starts with static. And then when you prompt it, it brings it into an image. It's like, okay, based on the model's knowledge of the photograph that you gave it and other ideas or thoughts or, data that it has on people and clothing and places, it then constructs the image. So that is why if you restore a photo with ChatGPT, or you generate something from scratch in Midjourney, or you generate something from scratch in ChatGPT, it will sort of get your people right. People complain like the face is a little different, the ears move, the nose is bigger, smaller, the eyes are, whatever. And because it's doing it based off the training data, and kind of, again, going from static into image. So what Nano Banana is doing is a little different. It's looking at your image. It's mapping every single pixel on that image. And, a pixel, X axis, Y axis, Y, X. I remember math from high school.
Think of it as just like dot printing, right?
Yeah, like dot printing. Like, so it's mapping all those dots on the image and understanding what those are. It's got a comprehensive view. Then it's looking at your set of instructions of what you want to happen with each of those dots. Like, so you're saying, I want this to be restored. I mean, and it's more words than that to get a good prompt, but let's say you're saying, I want this restored. So it's going, all right, well, if I want this to look clearer, I need there to be more dots and more, between the dots. So it'll do that. It'll add in the right dots in the right place and the right tones to get you a restored image. So it's a different level there. And that's why it's more exact. You end up with people that have the same face that you started with Nano Banana, which is a big bonus, and the same clothes, which is even a bigger bonus. One of the funny things with ChatGPT is like you would get, at least for me, when I tried to restore images, it kept changing the clothes. Like it was like, remember there's paper dolls where you could like take the clothes and tap it over. Like I was like, is it doing that? Like what's happening?
Yeah. Well, I've been spending just so much time beating on trying on these models with everything I can think of from the photo detective perspective, all the different things that people have come to me with, like, what can I do with it? Can I make this better? And I have some epic fails that I've put in. I mean, epic fails. Like I was like, what exactly did I say in that prompt to tell you to do that? Right. And then the next day come back and it's a totally different, it just like went to sleep. I like gave it too many examples or whatever. I'm not really sure. It like got tired.
So if someone had asked you November 15th before Nano Banana came out, should I use AI to restore my photos? Your answer would have been,
said it's not great. I would have said, sure, try it. But let's talk about the pros and cons and pluses and minuses of what we've got to work with in the genealogy field and how amazing it is that we don't have to use a really sophisticated program like Adobe Photoshop. This is within the hands of just anyone. Well, this is a whole nother level. I think I texted me to say, check this out. And I texted you back and said, what? Like, unbelievable. And then lost, like, I haven't published on Substack since like the 19th of November, because where have I been? In the machine, trying, like going through all my research photos and family photos and picking up like just all different kinds of examples. So anyway, I am teaching this class on the 17th of December. And I'll give you a tease of this.
Yeah, so Nano Banana's been out
Here we
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Oh, what a great photo. So Nano Banana's been out 2.5 weeks, and Maureen has done the intensive study and put it through its paces and knows how to prompt it. So yeah, tell them what they get to do in this class.
Yeah, I have prompts. I have shown you what each does, what each program does, what it doesn't do, what Nano Banana does, how to make it work for you, but also how to keep it real. Because I mean, this is an amazing restoration of this photograph, and I have some tricks, Denise.
I'm sure you do. See, this is the thing. Like when you take a class with Maureen, she's the pro. Like I did a post on how to restore your photos, and it was like 4 very basic prompts to like get more clarity, to colorize it, to, just pretty it up. But I definitely pointed people in the direction of Maureen because she knows all the edge cases and all the difficult things and exactly the ins and outs and everything. So I know when I run into bumps, I'm going to be messaging her like, help. But yeah, I think, if you're new to photo restoration, it's perfect. You started at the perfect time. You're starting at the like top level. You don't have to learn any new technology. You just need to know how to give clear directions to this computer program to have it do its thing. Yeah.
It's not always right the first time.
Yeah.
So you have to play with it and then get so frustrated, just come back the next day and try it again because it'll give you something else. But in order to wrap this up, I think let's answer that question. Should I restore my family photographs with AI? I'm going to say, definitely, obviously take my class and then make your decision. But why wouldn't you use a tool that's out there that could enhance your family history? Because our photographs contain the clues that aren't always in documents. And if you can't see them, then you can't research them.
You should put that on a t-shirt. No, I 100% agree.
Choice.
Yeah, I mean, and just so people are clear from my position, AI gives us the ability to finally tell all the family history that there is to tell, and research it well, that we haven't been able to do because things have been behind paywalls and behind experts and in this morass of like confusion on the internet and just inundated with information. And AI gives us like this clear path forward where we can finally get this stuff settled and we can publish it, and we can publish it with authority because we can follow the source citations clearly, and we can cite our sources well now. And it's just fantastic. And I'm excited to see what people find and restore and share, because I'm going to get to learn all these parts of American history that I didn't know about before, because family historians have now been able to share it, and I'll get to see their photographs and everything. And I think that is freaking fantastic.
There's nothing better.
I want to see it. Like
nothing better than looking at somebody else's box of photographs, because they take it for granted. And I'm like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to leave you with our two perspectives on this, which is it is your choice whether to do it or not. You don't have to publish them once you do it. Yeah. But, you got to learn how to use it before you can say you don't want to use it.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I mean, I remember once when I first started doing genealogy, I ended up in a discussion somehow, how discussions happen on the internet. And there was one going on about how looking at digitized microfilm on Family Search was cheating. That wasn't real. That wasn't real research. That real researchers went and looked at the originals. And if you're looking at digitized microfilm, you're cheating. I was like, oh. Well, not all of us can drive all around the country to go look at the original book. I mean, I love doing it. I mean, I will go to a courthouse and look at dusty books all day, but I don't have that time or the ability to do that. So I use Family Search digitized microfilm a lot, and I don't feel like I'm cheating by doing that.
No, I don't feel like I'm cheating when I use these photo tools. Yeah. I'm not out there publishing them saying this is absolutely real. And I have techniques for recognizing AI in images. At least right now we can see it, or I can see it.
And they're watermarking them. There's a watermark on there that you can't get off. I mean, now, and there's stuff in the metadata. I'm assuming you're the metadata expert.
No, there's nothing in the metadata yet, but you can add it. So I'm going to cover all of this in the
You're going to cover that. Yeah.
Everything.
So that marks there, so you can easily tell at a glance at your own photos. Oh, I restored this one, Not that you can't tell from sure, but
right now. Denise Allen, thank you so much for joining me on this special Photo Detective. And
this was super fun.
Yeah, it's super fun to have these conversations. And then I'll clean this up and post it again. But in any case, if you have questions for either of us, Denise Allen is on Substack. I'm just Chronicle Makers. And I'm the photo detective on all channels. So reach out and ask your questions. Happy to answer them. And I hope to see you in my class on the 17th. And I'll probably offer it again in just a few weeks after that.
Yeah, yeah. I keep telling Maureen she could hold this class every week practically, or every month, because we just have too many photographs. Where and the tools keep changing. So, when the next Nano Banana comes out or whatever, like this is your person you want to talk to for sure.
It's all got to be redone again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm gonna end it.